So this week, it's pretty exciting for my business. Just ordered a brand new sewer camera, top of the line. Unfortunately in life, sometimes the most expensive things are the best things. So it's about $10,000 worth of equipment I got on order. So this is kind of going to give an idea of what it does, and as far as looking inside your sewer lines and all that kind of good stuff. So let's get this started.
Here's a clean out access. I haven't seen another one. It's buried in the front yard, and it's under the dirt or a bush.
Pipe down over there.
What's this? This is the flat surface of the lights of the camera shining on it. It's a smaller pipe size, and there's it looks like a 1/2 inch to a 1 inch lip down at the bottom, and you can see the water puddling on it.
That looks like it could really stop something and cause big problems. Is that a problem, or is that typical?
No, this is not typical. This is really a bad installation here. You would never go from a larger pipe to a smaller pipe and have a lip like that. It creates clogs, actually.
So how does the camera move?
The camera is kind of, you can see it jumping over the lip.
Just like a sewer cable.
Which means anything could catch on that bottom lip.
So probably our clog was like right there before you cleaned it out with the snake, right?
No, this looks like your main clog.
No, it's still there. But you cleaned it out.
Well, we cabled through it, and you could see off to the right-hand side that the water is flowing around it, but the clog is completely there.
So if you didn't have the camera, we would have thought it was cleaned out, huh?
Oh yeah, this is where most plumbers.
What are you doing?
I'm hitting it with the camera head, trying like a battering ram to push it or see kind of what it is or if it will move. But it looks pretty tough. It's probably something growing in from the side.
So that's going to be the clog right there. It shows you the line can be clogged up
You had the water was
halfway,
running
but the
pretty
water's
well.
still
It
going
looked
around
like
the
it was
clog.
clear.
Yeah, that's the deceiving part of drain clearing is if you really don't go looking down in the sewer, the assumption is it's working because you got flow. And you can clearly see that I got flow, but the obstruction was still there. Running a little more water to wash the camera head down and see if I can't kind of flush it down by me pushing on it with the camera.
So this would be likely to clog again, like pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like you got it. It's clear now.
Well, what I did is I pushed through the right-hand side of it.
Okay, so it's still back there. What's going on?
Correct. And I'm going to go down and see if there's any more. Before I go get my equipment, I'm going to go down and see what's farther down the line.
How many feet down is it?
Those are more connections, more pipe joints. You can see how important it is that the pipes line up together and that they're not.
So he's found one problem, now he's just going down to check for additional
How bad
problems
is
in the
this
line.
pipe? Is it typical, or?
No, this one's pretty bad.
These are the
You have a lot of
connections with the
small
pipe that come
intrusions
together.
which might not clog, but they
Trying to see
will
the pipe
eventually.
is not really
You had a different pipe
together
size,
very
you had a
well.
large
Here you can
object
see there's a
going in
big
there,
lip
so
right there.
this one's pretty bad. My recommendation would be I could remove the things in the front yard from vegetation to cement, put your front yard back together as if we were never there. This is your city sewer main. This is what's out in the middle of the street. So we're out about 53 feet.
That's where it connects to
All
the
right,
sewer.
we're coming down now with the snake, and I have the camera head right behind the head of the snake. And, oh, there I go. I can't even get it through the little lip. We got lucky.
Yeah, you can see how that really could snag a lot of stuff.
Yep, now we're going to basically, without the camera being right here, there's no way for any plumbing technician to find this exact location and really work this clog. You really need.
It's like a tag.
That's pretty see what you can.
Yeah, in fact, you would have probably come cleared it with the snake the first time. And we thought it was pretty much done. We thought it was pretty much cleared out.
That's why you hired Chris. You don't have to do any of this.
So you notice the cutter on this cable is kind of small. This plumber doesn't have a good sewer machine.
one's pretty
This
tough.
cutter is not big enough to tear at that. So is the sewer machine's really crappy sewer machine.
Okay, so you've been working this clock now for like 6 minutes, and it's still there. Is that pretty typical?
This one's a real tough one. And, you know, we had an improper installation. We have root intrusions everywhere. And this one was the worst.
You can actually see this
You know, we
whole
can dig
side of this
up your
pipe is
front yard,
busted out right
pull
here.
your plants out, remove concrete.
No pipe right there.
Put
You
in
can
a
see
new
the
pipe
hole.
and put your front yard
There's
back
a total
together
hole right here.
as if we were never there. And that would be my recommendation for this sewer line.
So if you were to replace the sewer line, what would it be replaced with?
So, this is another issue I'm always talking about, is the fact that this plumber, you know, that's probably an $800 sewer machine. You know, just in life, 80% of the time, it all depends on how much money you spend on what kind of quality you get, unfortunately. So, that's really crappy. That's probably a $600 sewer machine. They have sewer machines, the best sewer machine's about $3,500. That's the one I have. So you can actually change the cutters. You know, you can go to 6-inch, you know, a 3-inch, all the way down to a 2-inch. See, he just had some kind of crappy wire. Or I can go do something like this. This one on a 4-inch will actually scratch the pipe. I'll put that in and it'll scratch the pipe and it'll clean it totally. See, I could power right through that because I have the better machine. Now I'm going to have the perfect camera. So basically, if you have any problems, you have like this was clogging up, he said, every 3 months. So that's why normally you don't want to go ahead and do a camera. You know, if your line's only clogging up maybe only once every 2 or 3 years, we wouldn't do the camera because the camera's about $275 service, just to put that in there. And, but if you are consistently having problems, we can put the camera in, actually see that this pipe is broken right here. You can see this big hole. And so the roots are growing in, and then that was toilet paper and actually debris clogging up, you know, from the kitchen sink, building down. But you can have just a small hole in the pipe and it'll continually run, but eventually it'll close up all the way. So we can go in with the camera, put it there, set my camera right here and go, okay, that's in the front yard somewhere. Well, where is it in the front yard? Well, who knows? Well, I have another part of the 3 things I bought is a locator too. So I hit a button on my camera, which is all going to be on my computer. My computer's going to hook up to this camera that's going to go in the thing. Hit a button on that, and then I have a wand, and I can go in the front yard and go, and it'll actually show me where that is. And I can walk over, put it down on the ground. Okay, it's right here, and it actually tells me how deep it is too.
That's good.
So it's pretty exciting stuff. Definitely, guess I want to be a plumber for at least the next 10 years, buying this expensive stuff. So, any questions?
So the really expensive camera helps show that it's a really expensive job to replace the pipe.
You're right on the dot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that
It's a
camera
sales
over
tool.
10 years will make me a couple $100,000, so it's going to be great. Next question.
What about that stuff that coats sewers, that plastic stuff? I hear about that. But is that mostly for plumbing? I mean,
They actually have that. What they do is they push it in there and they blow it up like a tube. But it's anything, you know, it's a patch. You know, the right way to do things is actually just like if you, it's like a stent, you know, in your heart. They can go stent it. It's going to work, but the best way sometimes is just go in there and cut out the problem and put a new piece in.
one more question. What about your machine? Say that somebody does have that plastic liner, and when somebody mounts it like that, does that harm the liner?
Yeah, well, that's the problem is the machine will go in there and actually cut the liner up, or the city will come by. And how do they go out to the city and they push it against the wall? It's just not a good idea, you know. And it almost costs just about as much to replace a sewer as it is to line a sewer. You know, you're still talking about, you know, I can probably replace a sewer for about $5,000. You're probably looking at about $8,000 to $10,000 to put a liner in. Doesn't make a lot of sense cost-wise. You're not saving any money. Any more questions? Perfect, I did my job.
That was terrific.
Yes, sir.
You do birthday parties.